You know, when you have feelings of irritation or frustration, sadness, you may feel like you're repeating cycles or you have to people please, and you may feel like you're unable to make fulfilling decisions because you are trying to please everyone else, or you're just trying to make everybody else happy. Like, all of those things stem from what's called your not self emotions and human design. And so I'd like to dive deeper into that. I'm Sable Danielle, a human design coach and sound healer. And today I'm trying to help you understand why you might feel so frustrated, how to work through your frustrations, where that frustration comes from. In human design, that's related to your not self emotion or not self theme. And so all of these things that you experience with your emotions tend to come about when you make unaligned decisions and you're not honoring your human design. When you feel your not self emotions, when you're frustrated, irritable, angry, disappointed, those types of emotions, feelings, those typically come from your conditioned mind, which means everything that you've been soaking in and absorbing around you within your environment, everything that you've learned and experienced since childhood, your entire life, those things impact your thoughts, how you perceive things, the people around you, the energy around you impacts how you perceive things and how you may view things. So your conditioned mind is like, what are they going to think about that? I need to do it this way so that they can be happy, or because I don't think that I'm good enough. Why don't you think you're good enough? Well, because somebody probably told you that, or there was an experience where you failed and then your mind keeps telling you, I failed once, I'm going to keep failing. That's your conditioned mind. You don't want to move and think from your conditioned mind. That just brings about all these negative emotions. That keeps you in repeated cycles, toxic cycles, bad thought patterns. You just get stuck in like a cycle of not feeling good. And so that's from your conditioned mind. Everything that you absorb affects your conditioned mind. So you want to make sure that you're making decisions based off of your own mind, your own energy, not your mind. Our mind does not make decisions. Our energy helps us decide our decisions. Following our strategy and authority helps us make aligned decisions. So our not self emotion, our not self theme, those come from our open centers. The open centers, we weren't born with any reliable, consistent energy. So we're looking to fill that space, that energy, with other energy. So that automatically means it's being conditioned. So you definitely need to take time to clear out those centers so that you're not operating from the not self themes of that center. Undefined centers are the same, except maybe not as strong as the open centers, because you have maybe at least one gate that has some definition, some energy there. So you've got a little bit of yourself there, but not a lot. The mental body, your mind, like I said earlier, I misspoke. I said make decisions from your mind, but we don't do that. We don't want to do that, because our mind is where we overthink. Our mind is where we feel pressure to think and figure things out and just like please people and just get stuck sometimes in these thoughts and trying to figure things out. And so we are supposed to make decisions from our energy. If you're a generator, our sacral center, your sacral center will give you a nudge, a vibration of whether something is aligned for you in that moment. If you have the energy in that moment, if you have the energy to be committed in that moment, if you have a defined spleen and you have splenic authority, then you have intuitive nudges and you're supposed to make in the moment intuitive responses. As a generator, I forgot to mention, if you have your sacral center defined, your responses will be in the moment as well, but they come from your sacral center, those vibrations, those nudges. Splenic is in the moment, but it's more intuitive. If you have emotional authority, then you are meant to make decisions after you follow your emotional wave, not while you're feeling all super duper emotional and intense. You want to like feel out your emotions and then make those decisions. When you don't wait, when you don't follow your authorities, the ones that I just mentioned or the others, then that's when we tend to fall into our not self theme. And for generators, you're going to get frustrated. For projectors, you might be bitter or be resentful. For manifestors, you're going to be angry. For reflectors, you'll be disappointed. And so all of that stems from your not self theme. That stems from making decisions from your mind, or trying to people please, or getting stuck in these thought cycles, making decisions, like I said, from your conditioned mind. So what we want to do is take time to ground ourselves, make sure that we're basing our decisions off of our own energy, making sure we're following our strategy and authority based off of our human design. And that's different depending on if you're a generator, manifestor, manifesting generator, projector, or reflector. If you don't know what all those are, I have videos on that. You can check out my What the Heck is Human Design playlist. I've got several videos that understand and talk about human design in detail. Also, take time to know your own energy. How do you feel about things? Are you making decisions based off of what you've experienced, and maybe they're fear-based because you're overthinking? Pay attention to those things. So like I said, we don't want to maneuver from our not self emotion, our not self mind, our conditioned mind. We don't want to make decisions based off of our mind. So follow your strategy and authority. Don't make emotional decisions. And yeah, those are the things I wanted to talk about today in a nutshell about the not self emotion. And if you don't know your human design type or energy, go to my website, sabledanielle.com, get my chart, so you can put in your birthday, birth time, birth location, and determine your energy type, so you can understand what your not self emotion is and how to work through that. And so yeah, thank you for being here. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.